Hi, welcome to Healing and Homecoming episode 2. I'm Lala. This is where I bring my journey and my experience and I let the conversation unfold naturally. Sometimes it may be framed, sometimes it's not. Most of the time it's not, being honest. Okay, today I have Ozzy.
What's up?
Ozzy is my tattoo artist, but so much more. Professionally, but also spiritually and also through connection. There's two people who know me the way down to my soul, and that's you and my therapist. So having you here on my podcast is meaningful because there's a role that you play in my healing and homecoming, and that's through the pain. I think I joke around a lot because I'm like, well, at least I choose this pain, right?
Yeah.
So I want to dive in. And the first thing that I want to do is when you connect with someone, what is it about that person that you know how to transmute? Like first their story, the pain that they're bringing, and turning it into art. Like where does that come from? What does your spirit do? What does your mind do? Like how does that go?
It's kind of a good question. It's everybody's different for sure.
Yeah.
So I kind of just vibe off their
Yeah.
vibe, like when they walk in. I kind of feel like what they're trying to do with themselves.
Yeah.
I try to figure out a little bit just a little bit of everything, like how they look, what
Right.
they're wearing, the age.
Oh, so you're pretty observant.
Yeah, pretty observant.
So you take a look.
Yeah,
That's
a little
interesting.
bit of
I wouldn't
everything.
think about that. So you kind of like read the room. You kind of like.
Yeah, read the room, definitely read
Interesting. Now, would you say that's something that you learned in a book? How'd you learn to read a room?
You know what? It's just time, time and pressure,
Pressure. Tell me more about that part.
Time and pressure, it just after you do this so long, you just start, you start picking up things like that. And,
Okay.
That's one of the big things that you want to watch is just the character and see how they are, and you kind of vibe off. Some people got good spirit; they come in great. Some people like a little more down. They want to, talk more about their day. And some people are just real quiet. They're just on, YouTube or whatever.
Right.
So everybody's different. So it's just depending on the person in that day, for sure.
Have you tried reading the room like in other areas of your life? Like when do you take your work into other areas?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Tell me more.
Wherever I go, definitely. If I go somewhere that I'm not real familiar, I'll kind of read the room. I'm not that observer type guy. Like I'll just be in the cut, kind of just watching, see what's going on, who's there, who's not, who's who's the loudest, who's the quietest, who's the one I gotta watch out for, who's the easier going guy, who's not the easier. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think that just comes from just growing up in different environments. As a kid, you grow up in certain environments, and you gotta be like how these kids say, you gotta keep your head on the swivel.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, that's real, right? Because you never know. Because, you never know, like, who's for you, who's not.
Exactly.
And that's true. And I think that goes, like, circling back to, like, the pain, right? To the pain. You don't know who's for you, who's not.
Yeah.
So you never know how that person's going to react to you or vice versa,
Definitely,
right?
yeah.
You might be the one to inflict the pain, which you are. You're a
Yeah.
tattoo artist.
Yeah. I call it pain therapy.
No, really?
Right? People they'll come in, they're having a bad day, and some people just want to come just get a tat just because they want to feel some pain. I don't know what it is. It's probably just a psychological thing. I don't know.
No, absolutely. On your table, that's one of the places that I get I call just in the zone, as you say, like in the zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some say 5D. It's a place where your soul takes you, and it's through that pain and through transmuting. So there's something there that you naturally pick up on, that pain therapy. Is that from a place that resonates with you? Like, do you experience, what do you experience while you're tattooing out their pain? Ooh, there goes some terms, tattooing out their pain.
I feel like I'm kind of doing something like good for them, helping them out. I want to give them that pain that they want, to make them feel better.
Right.
Because, I feel like that's what they want. And I'm like, well, I'll give them what they want.
Right.
And the same thing when I get tattooed, sometimes I'll do the same. Like, I'll have I have a couple pictures of my dad, some portraits of my kids and stuff like that on me. And it's like, it's also love too,
Yeah. Is your dad still with us?
No, he passed away. So
When did he pass?
2015. Yeah.
I still feel like, regardless on how much time has passed with people that are no longer physically here,
Right.
it's still kind of like I don't know. We just learned
lingers.
to not say, right?
Yeah, lingers. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
What is the legacy that your dad taught you?
My dad was a very how you say it? He was a very charismatic man. He was very funny. He was a very outgoing guy. But he was also he could be also how you say it? Because he didn't grow up with a dad. He grew up, old school Mexico.
Absolutely.
Shining shoes in the plaza, and so he had a different environment, right? So I don't think he knew how to be exactly like a. I don't want to say a good dad, but he didn't like his fatherly instincts weren't at the greatest in the world.
Yeah.
But he taught me like I get two sides. I got like my dad and my mom. My mom gets the hardworking, focus, art. I got my art from her, and my dad more the street side. The street side. He was on more street level. He. I remember I got busted with some stuff, and he taught me where to hide it at. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's a real one.
That's a real one.
That's a real one.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? One day he caught they stole my bike when I was a kid, and he was like, "Where are these guys at?" He put a gun in his pocket. And let's go look for him.
That's love.
You know what I mean? So that's how I learned. That was my dad.
Each culture is. It comes with the territory.
So it's 50-50. But,
right.
But, he did his best. You know what I mean? So we still love him. He did his best. And, I can't complain. I learned a lot. So it was all good,
Right. Learning from our parents, right? Like those things that are instilled with us, all the good stuff that are instilled with us, or just the stuff, because there's no good or bad in life, right. It's just the experience, and letting it flow and taking what worked, right, and what didn't work,
Definitely.
And your dad, I love that. Yeah. I love that. I could see where the balance has really.
That was a good balance.
Yeah, and it comes out into your work ethic.
Yeah,
I'm noticing that too. Something.
The work ethic. He was a real hard worker too. He had good work ethic. I give him that one right there. So yeah, he was definitely a grinder. But he did his thing on his time.
Nice.
He was they're gonna wait on me when I'm ready type deal.
Nice.
So that was his style. So
nice.
Nice. He did good.
Yeah. That I can see where his work ethic. Yeah, something that I noticed about you is that you rewrite the narrative on what it is to be a businessman. And a community member. Right. Anytime I come to the shop, you're in the zone. You will only pick up your phone when you need to. Right. And even when I'm scheduling with you, you're like, well, let me see how many weekends I'm available, or let me see my schedule. Right. Tell me more about how important it is for you to be who you are in business.
This was kind of like all like an accident, really. I wasn't planning on being a business guy. Everything just kind of fell.
Right. Well, it works for you.
The cards fell where they had to be. Right.
Right.
I just projected my energy where I needed to be at.
Nice.
And then here we are. So everything I learned was basically just trial and error.
Yeah.
People. I just watched what worked and what didn't work.
Yeah.
What made sense. What didn't make sense. Because
yeah.
I've had different bosses, and I kind of just picked the best attributes from them. And kind of just soaked those parts up, and the ones I didn't really like, I kind of just pushed them to the side.
Nice.
And I kind of just made like a Frankenstein type guy, like a little piece of this guy, a little.
How
piece
much
of that.
Love is in that though?
Exactly. Exactly. So
nice.
it's always love. It's always love, definitely. So I kind of just. And the same thing with everybody else. Like I'll pick something from you. I'll pick something from just good parts of, like, even just if it's just one word that you say that I like that brings my attention.
Yeah.
And I'll use that. But as a business guy, I'm not the typical business guy, I guess. That people look at me and they're probably thinking I'm some kind of like I don't know,
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, Wizard of Oz, doing some shady things still. But at the end of the day, it's I'm just a regular business guy, a regular family guy.
But I think that's the connective tissue of what it is to be a community, right? Mm-hmm. Is like what you mentioned, you vibe off of people and you learn from them and you adopt some of their attributes, right?
Yep.
So that's also in the connective tissue what it is to be human.
Exactly.
Right? Mm-hmm. Connecting all of us.
Everybody's connected.
Right?
Yeah. Connected.
And that comes into the spirituality. And that might even come into, how you're able to transmute their pain.
Right.
Into their art and what they're asking and what they're needing.
And the best part is when you give somebody what they want, and then just that look what they get when they look in the mirror, like almost like want to cry, and like that you fulfilled that's the best part to me.
Oh,
The
yeah.
tattooing is cool and all, but the actually giving somebody what they want and making them happy, it's the better part.
That part, right?
So that's very a connecting thing,
Yeah.
So making them happy.
Yeah.
I know I did my job and I feel good. I'm like, okay, cool, I did my job.
Absolutely.
So that's the biggest win right there for sure.
No, absolutely.
And,
absolutely. I think one time, I think it was when I got the tribute to my Papa Chava, my grandpa. I think in that conversation is when I suggested to explore like the ancestral connection into that gift that you're explaining to others, because there's something there, when you can actually gift happiness to somebody.
That's beautiful.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's dope. That's dope.
Definitely.
And, another aspect that I noticed that you bring forth is the vibe every time I walk into your spot. Every time I walk into there, I feel like my soul got there first and was like, she needs to listen to this.
Right.
That aspect of music that you have in your, it's just, it speaks to the soul. And I've came in and like, you're bumping Warren G, there's oldies, there's times where I'm like Bad Bunny's on there, everything. Yeah. So my question to you is there a time that there's been like an artist or somebody that's just really like pulled you through the mud? That mud. Is there
definitely
some? Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta. Well, it's funny because this kid, he really like it was a back and forth thing. Like I brought him in first, but he taught me also.
Ooh.
I opened the door for him, and he showed me there's more than just what we're doing here. You know what I'm saying? You could grow and do more than just work. Such a small circle, you could expand yourself. So he taught me a lot. He's the one actually pushed me to open up my own shop.
Oh, really?
So yeah, and it's funny because I brought him in, and he's telling me, hey, you should do your own thing. What I mean? At the end of the day, I'm just like, and I don't know if my confidence was up at that time, or I don't know what it was. I just felt like intimidated by that. I was like, I don't know, man. You start thinking all these crazy things like, what if it doesn't work? And you all these doubts.
But what if it does?
Yeah, all these doubts. And he's like, look, bro, like at the end of the day, man, you have the work ethic, you have the talent. You just gotta push yourself and just basically he just said scared money doesn't win. You know what I mean? So
say that again.
Scared money don't win.
Oh, I love that.
If you don't put your chips on the table, you're not gonna win. Because you're not playing.
Ooh, that's deep.
You got to play to win.
I've never heard it like that.
You might lose, but at least you tried.
What if you're not competitive? I don't know if I'm competitive.
So the uncompetitive people stay in that same wherever they're at.
Oh, so then maybe I am competitive.
Yeah, you are. You're here.
Maybe. Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, he pulled me out, and I definitely took a lot of advice from him. He's younger. He's 10 years younger than me.
Nice.
Yeah, I call him my son.
Yeah.
And he's a very super smart kid. And he's doing amazing right now. He has a shop in France, a shop in Japan. He travels the world. He has like YouTube channel. He's just doing the big thing. He's doing more. Right. So he's doing all the things that I want to do, but I just don't have that little thing. But I got enough. You know what I mean? I'm okay.
What do you think that little thing is?
Just some people are just more. I don't know. They're just more. I don't want to say ambitious, but that's definitely one of those. And then they just.
It's just not for you.
They're just using they're just using the world as for them instead of you. You know what I'm saying? Like they're using all the tools basically. Everything's a tool.
Yeah.
So like what we're doing now, it's a tool for us.
Right. Right.
So he's just using more of them.
Exactly.
And you gotta be fearless. You gotta be hardworking.
That's true.
And you gotta stay focused. All those things. So I learned a lot. I learned a lot from that guy.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. That's to show you how age is nothing.
Age ain't nothing. No.
It's nothing. It's all about experience. It's all about having that open mind.
Yeah, exactly.
You had to be open to receive that, right?
Exactly.
He taught you so much about yourself.
And I think what happened with me is that I opened the door for him. So I think when you help people, more doors open for you. Even if you're not doing it. When you do it when you do something for people and you expect something back, it just never happens. You just gotta do it naturally.
Right.
It's gotta. Like my dad used to, te debe que nacer. You know.
Te debe que nacer. You have to.
You have to just be a natural.
Let it be born.
Exactly.
If
you're a natural person that's just automatically helpful and giving, and you'll never have a bad day. Because the doors are always open for you because you're just that guy. But some people, they'll take it and, oh, let me see what I can get with this guy, or let me see how much I can, you know what I mean? Like always, they have a little scheme behind everything, and those people never really grow out of that. You know, you have to be genuine. You have to really want to help somebody without expecting anything back.
And you can't fake energy. That's one thing. You can do a lot, but you can't fake energy.
You can't fake energy.
You can't fake energy.
Definitely not. So, yeah. So, and that's a direct. That happened. I'm here because of a direct thing that I help somebody out.
Yeah.
And that's basically that's the message right there.
I love that.
So help people out there, and you guys will be fine. You know?
Right. Yeah. Straight from Ozzy.
Yeah. Straight. You know.
Right.
That's what it is. You
know?
You could walk in any door, any house, and people are just gonna be. No, there's no bad energy towards you because they know the type of individual you are.
What song would you connect to that? If you had to put a soundtrack to that story, what would it be?
What else? What can I say for what song?
What song would you walk into that era of what you just explained? Like what, if you were like playlist, what would be on there?
Maybe I don't know. Good question there. A song to that. Maybe like
something romantic.
Yeah, right. It
like
can't be rough.
No, right? Because
something
it's like something easy, like something with Adele's voice, and just like
a Sade or something, right? Like something smooth,
right? And like and you wouldn't expect that from an experience of tattooing.
Right.
But it's very Sade. Yeah. It's very Adele.
Yeah, maybe like a Sade or something very smooth.
Right.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, something nice.
I love that. I love that.
Very, very spiritual type of music.
Yeah. Very I love that. I love that. What do you see yourself doing in the community in the next 2 years?
In the next 2 years,
even if you haven't given it thought, what would you like to do in the community for the next 2 years?
Maybe help some of these, unfortunately, we have a lot of drug abuse out here in the AV.
Yep.
I have family members that are, they and it's sad to see because I feel like they don't have. I think they're just stuck and they can't get out of that box. You know what I mean? And
right.
If I can help one guy out,
they quickly have to get that release.
Yeah, if I can help one guy save him and just say, hey, there's more than just this. You know what I mean? There's life out there. You could do more with yourself.
Good.
That would be a pretty good thing. You know?
I could see you doing that. I could see you doing that.
Yeah, something just trying to guide these kids in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know it's hard because everybody's situation is different.
Yeah.
Growing up, everybody's, and then everybody's mindset's different too.
But that's the point, Damian. That's the point. But you said it, guiding them into a direction, right?
Yeah, try to guide them in something positive, something that they're going to be happy about,
Right.
Genuine happiness it's hard to find.
Yeah.
A lot of people are fake happy,
Ooh.
They walk around and, but deep down they got other things down there, right?
Yeah.
And we have to, like, pick apart that wall and try to, like, make them, like, real happy. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, humans are very, we're very mean to each other sometimes, right? We use people, we cheat on people, we do all these nasty things to each other, right?
Yeah.
And then we look at each other's face and say, oh, I love you and I'm happy and this and that. You know what I mean? When deep down it's something else going on.
It
you know
is.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
and most of the time it's not even has anything to do with the other person. It's like you mentioned, like they're not deeply happy.
Exactly. Exactly. Hurt people are hurt people, right?
That part, So sitting in that shadow, sitting in that mud.
Yeah.
Right? Like being able to be strong enough to sit in something long enough to be receptive and open-minded for something to grow, right? And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's really difficult for somebody to sit there. And I think that's open. Where the drug abuse comes in, because it's not easy to be vulnerable. It's not easy to acknowledge what unfolded in this conversation. It's not easy. You went from, you're from parenting to being able to be mentored for somebody younger. You would be surprised how many people are like, no, nobody could teach me nothing. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, so being able to put yourself in that vulnerable space. Yeah. And like you said, it's hard. And I can definitely see you being able to transmute that.
Yeah. Try to help somebody out. And if even if it's just one guy, that's fine. You know? But that guy will trickle to another guy and that guy will trickle to another guy, so.
Nice. Ozzy, this is yeah.
But definitely, at least try to do that.
Yeah.
I'm helping out a lot of these new artists coming in right now.
Good.
I'm trying to help them out, guide them to be artists, and
good.
Have their own path one of these days, and
nice,
and just kind of show them what I know. I mean,
right.
And I don't know everything, but I mean, if they could get a little piece of me, and then
right.
they can get a piece of someone else, and they could do their own thing.
Right.
That's pretty cool too. So
nice.
Getting people like artists that are having issues, like look. Start doing something with your art. You know what I mean?
Right.
You could sell your drawings. You could.
That's that direction part.
You could tattoo. You could paint. You could do whatever, and then that's a good outlet for people.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't think they can, but if you put your head to it, you can do it.
Anybody can do anything.
Yeah, you could do whatever you want.
Getting past that mindset.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So
that'd
be
cool
it. Too.
I dig it. I dig it, Ozzy. I can't wait to see what happens in the next years. And I'm, this is my homecoming, so I'll be around, So,
definitely.
Ozzy, where can people find you? Give them the shout out, the social medias. Let them know your businesses.
You can find
look into
me,
the camera, talk to audience, let them know, hey.
Follow me. Nah. No, you can come hit me up on my IG. It's OG Ozzy with the I. I'm on Wall Street. Palmdale. Lancaster, I'm sorry.
Wall Street in Lancaster.
Yeah, Wall Street in Lancaster.
Right? How many people know that there's a Wall Street in Lancaster?
Yeah,
if
definitely.
anybody's going to be there, it's going to be Ozzy.
Yeah. So, just hit me up on the Instagram. Everything's on there.
Yeah.
And you can check me out and check out some work right there. If you guys want anything done, let me know. I got you guys.
Nice. Thank you for my shirt.
Yeah, no
I
problem.
see you even getting in the apparel lane.
Yeah, I tried a little bit. I need to do some. I got some other new ones coming out.
All right.
So I got a lot of new things coming out. I got
go.
some merch coming, and I got some what else? Like this is new to me too. So maybe I'll do another one of these.
I'm sure you are.
Maybe.
I'm sure you are. And I'm sure you
Try
are.
that.
I can definitely see that.
I was always the guy that was dodging this, but I guess I can't no more. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like that dude that. Like, you know where I'm at. I'm in the cut. I don't want to be on Front Street.
Nah, you got to get on your platform.
Yeah,
you got to get it.
Exactly. So
get your roses, get your flowers.
The
it's
tools,
time.
Right?
It's time.
Got to use the tools.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, so definitely. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I wish I had hours. Like, I want to take this convo way more.
I know.
I cannot thank you enough for coming on here.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Opening up about what you opened up about and
thank you.
Sharing that with the audience.
Yeah.
And being a part of my healing and my homecoming. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
No problem.
Yeah.
This was a little easier than I expected. I thought I was going to be nervous and stuttering. And
nah.
I think I did okay, but
You did great. This is dope.
Yeah,
This is dope.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Thank you for opening the doors to me.
For sure.
Thank you.
Sure. This is dope. Can I give you a hug?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you.
This is dope.
Yeah.
This is dope. I like it.